Today we are talking about Bend market stats for September 2025, and here's the headline: We predicted the dip. Welcome back to the Suzanne and Sarah YouTube channel. I'm Suzanne Moore, realtor in beautiful sunny Bend, Oregon, with Realty One Group Discovery and the founder of the Central Oregon Investor Network, which brings together investors not only from Central Oregon, but from all over the country to share resources, learn from one another, and create more passive income in our lives from real estate investments. And that is why we come to you every single month and tell you what happened in the Bend market the month before, because it helps you make great decisions about investing in our market in the timing that works for your goals. So the headline for September 2025 was that we predicted the Bend market dip. All right, so remember last month when we said that September prices would dip, which would pretty much break the usual pattern of a fall bump. So we were right, and it was out of the typical pattern. So usually we see a dip in August, and then it goes back up in September, up a little bit more in October, and then back down through the remainder of winter. Well, this year, everything has happened a month later. So we saw a little spike in August. Prices continue to go up, but we knew that that dip was coming, and we predicted it to come in September, and it did. And that drop was over $50,000 from 1 month before. So the September 2025 median home price in Bend was $713,000. So that was down $56,000 from August. So that's about little over 7%, down $37,000 from last year, which is about 5% down. And the interesting thing is we still have a good third of all closed transactions are still cash buyers or listed as cash, meaning maybe they're using private financing or hard money, but that still signals some investor activity in our market. So that's something that we always track because it's an important metric for those of us interested in investments and creating passive income, right? Another interesting stat is our sales volume jumped 7% from August. So homes are absolutely selling. They're just selling at lower prices than they were the month before. So here's the interesting thing though, even though prices fell, our inventory declined slightly. That means that buyers are still active and sellers are holding off. And many of them are just saying, all right, I'm just going to wait to list it until next spring unless they have to sell. And if they do have to sell, then they're probably going to be taking less than they would be if they waited. But some people have to sell, you never know. So days on market hit 45 days. That's the highest we've seen since early spring. And it's pretty typical around this time of year to see higher days on market. Price per square foot rose slightly to $362, but it was still below last year's $371. We are now $119,000 below the market peak, which was this summer at a little over 800,000. So that's a drop of nearly 11%, but it is typical with the seasonality of our market. And we expect prices to continue to decline through the winter, which is also very typical for our market. So the interesting thing that I mentioned earlier is that last year, our 2024 peak came in October at $800,000. And if this year's lag continues, we might see that same peak in November. It's possible, especially because we did just see a rate drop. So it's kind of anybody's guess what's going to happen in November. But I don't think we'll see the annual peak in November, but I do think we could potentially see a little spike in prices. So what we have to say to you, our advice is that fall and winter is always going to be your best window to find a deal if you are a buyer. If you are a seller who doesn't have to sell, then wait until spring to list your home. So for our buyers, deals are out there, and you definitely have the right team on your side to help you find them. We have an amazing and super comprehensive list of all of the short-term rentals we're tracking in the Central Oregon area right now, and we've got all the analysis, we've got all kinds of details in there. So if you're looking for 100% bonus depreciation before the end of 2025, hit us up for our STR deal list, because we've got some good deals in there with strong returns in terms of cash flow and all the things that all of us are looking for, in addition to the huge leverage from bonus depreciation in 2025. 100% bonus depreciation. If you're using it as an STR, you can take advantage of a huge tax savings by buying an STR before year end. So, all right. If you want to know the best month to buy in Bend, Oregon, then put a comment below. Comment best month, and we will let you know the top 3 months in Bend to snag a deal, neighborhoods where sellers are really negotiating right now, and how to time your offer before the next price spike hits. So we are here for you. We'll be back again next month to tell you what happened in October. If you have any questions, reach out to us. Please like and subscribe. We love hearing from you and love being able to deliver all the value, insights, and strategy to help you create more passive income in your lives from real estate investments. Thanks so much.